All right, so it's a little later in the day. We're going to jump into this a little quickly because I got some videos that I gotta make after this. So the discussion portion may not be as long as usual. Okay, so after that little cut, give me 1 second. It should work. All right, and we're good. So we're gonna jump into it in three, two, one, go. Do, 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 do. Yep. So again, like I said, don't know how he's talking that much. Dude, this guy said about a full 10 sentences, missing half of his internal organs. What? How? 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 Oh, man, I'm so funny. Clever. Nothing pisses you off more than your own siblings. Am I right, guys? So I'm guessing next. So this episode, what's the name of this episode again? This one was called. It wasn't the origin of how, was it? No. We're not gonna go over the entire origin of it. I think last time I said that this episode we're probably going to get Yo knowing the relationship between him and Hal, other than like he's an Asakura in the past and stuff, like that they're brothers. That's what I theorized, but I don't remember what the title was. Anyways, so this is episode 25. So that means episode 26 should be that's the halfway mark. So I'm assuming there should be something big during that one. Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I don't know if we're gonna get any fights or action in this one. It'll probably just be a big exposition episode. Probably, maybe. Asakura or how Asakura? Oh, he's blue now. That's interesting. Yeah, it's water now. Huh? Oh, does he have like all the elements? Soy kako. Water extinguishes fire, therefore water conquers fire. Accordingly, he changed fire to water and protected. Yeah, but how does he do that with the spirit of fire? Kashodo. Fire creates earth. Earth creates metal. Gonsho. Metal creates water. Laws of nature. Okay, so he controls all the elements. Oh, it's because it's him, right? Yeah, the pentagram. But that's because it's how, right? Not because between wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Five elements. So wood, fire, earth. What's the yellow one? Lightning? Water. Okay. Is that because it's how? Or is it because he just has them all and it looks like the fire spirit? Okay, that's his command. So he has that ability. Yeah, he controls all of nature. Oh, they didn't know his last name. Okay, so he already found out. Hmm. Why not tell them though? I guess it just causes issues in terms of friendship. Maybe we'll just wait until a little longer. I mean, Ren would understand because he looked at it from like his ancestry, right? Ren wanted to do it himself when it came to fighting his family, so yeah. So basically, yeah, okay. Combined with this, yeah. So now it can turn into all the different elements. Yeah. Then no attacks of any kind will work. Yeah, because he, but yeah, but it's kind of spitting facts though. Imagine you're facing a dude that has the ability to change his weapon into anything that can counteract something in nature. It is bad because you're insulting the sacrifices in a way, but saying that they were pointless. No, he's gonna burn their souls? No way he's gonna do that. No, 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 no. What? Get out of here. He's gonna devour them. By equivalency, that's basically worse. Substance. What? No. Holy what the? So that's it. They're just done. Wow. That's insane. Yeah. I mean, that I already presumed that it'd be the strongest fire based spirit. But yeah. Damn, that was a lot of info. Crazy. Oh, he got hurt too. Yeah, because I was like, wait a second. When the explosion happened, I was like, you need to get out of there. Oh, okay, so he got on video. Yeah, he's an op. He's a spy. I knew he was because I was like, everyone wants to defeat Hal, even the chieftains. I mean, when you feel that power from that close up, Silva wants to do it specifically, which I get why. Yeah, so okay, because Hal was reincarnated in his family too. That's why he's saying bloodlines. I know that's a spoiler, but I mean, like, I feel like that it basically said it right there. Plus, it makes Silva look like a better character there when I explain it, instead of just being like, oh, he's the classic dude that wants to take things into his own hands. It's the same thing as like Ren, Yo, him. Like when it becomes a family matter, you're like, all right, now my reputation's on the line. It's insane. Nothing's biting. So that means Ryu knows that Hao is actually his brother, not just his ancestor. Because I was gonna say during the review, I was gonna say, why is Ryu looking like he knows what's going on? And then I was like, oh, they found out through the training. It's a give and take situation, right? Yeah. Oh well, Anna's not here, so I guess he could tell him if he really wanted. Yeah, he's my brother. My big brother. Okay, so he specified. Because I was like, I feel like you have to tell them. Anna just doesn't want it because it would hurt Yo a little bit. But you know, when when she leaves, he's like, all right, let me just be honest. Yeah. You didn't have to grab him like that. Okay, horror, you can get off now. You can get off now. His face. Yeah, that's true. They look very, very similar. I mean, I've already confused them multiple times. Well, yeah, of course he's serious. I mean, did you see the two of them? They look exactly alike. Yeah. Ow. That's why she interrupted. You can't choose your family, man. Nicest person in the world can have the worst person in the world as a sibling, and vice versa. You can't judge the worst person, like the worst person in the world. You can't judge their family based on them. Wait, where did this old dude get all the money from? This is his grandpa, right? Yada yada. Mm. See, now I feel like we're actually getting into the real stuff of the show. Feels good. If this episode ended right here, I would still like it. Damn. So now we're gonna get more context on the flashback, I think, or they're just gonna replay it. Maybe I don't know. But it also kind of makes you realize, like, I know it's a little too early for us to sympathize with him, right? But it kind of makes you realize how lonely Hao is. You know what I mean? Mm. So yeah, it's a twisted, it's a cruel twist of fate, right? But to be fair, I'm pretty sure Hao had some control over that. He was like, I'm just gonna make it twins. Then you have to just play on, whether I kill an innocent person or not. But to be honest, I feel like he was a little doubtful that even if he did guess correctly and just committed fully, that he was going to be able to kill Hao anyways. But I guess that defeats the stakes of the situation, right? The fact he hesitated is the reason Hao's supposed to be around still, so it would take the weight off the situation. So they don't know yet? This is rough, dude. Yeah. They're not just going to let you kill a baby. Okay. So that makes more sense then. It helps explain why they're like, if he's gonna reincarnate anyways, it helps explain why, like, this one matters so much. It's because it times well enough with the shaman fight, so you can like disrupt cycles if you do that. That must be so weird. Yeah, but it must be so weird. Can you imagine? It's basically like it's the worst thing in your family, but now it's your son. Damn. Yeah, that's a crazy way to phrase it. It's the successor of the Asakura family, but also the tyrant of the Asakura family. Okay, so I didn't really hesitate. I kind of forgot how the flashback went. Yeah, he didn't hesitate. Extra precautions, right? Oh, okay, so you mentioned it there. Okay, so that's why the flashback was so short, because it would have spoiled everything. Mm, so cocky. Yeah, I'm surprised you still have the energy to even get up. Oh, wait a slow. Okay, it's split into twins. Okay, the half of mine will likely choose to be a king. Oh, this half. Okay, and if he does. Oh, okay, so by Yo, raise him well. Damn. So that means, yeah, Yo choosing to be the Shaman King, that makes Hao decide to take his other half back. So he wants Yo back. It sounds weird. But yeah. I'm assuming it would be the same idea as like devouring the soul that he did earlier. Well, good luck, Yo. You're in big trouble. Assuming that Hao would want to do that in the first place. I know it seems like Hao would, based on how easily he just takes people's lives, but it goes back to what I mean, where it's like when you look at it with this family, everyone, how they're judging Hao, and they're judging Yo based on how, like the connection there. Hey, if there's any child that can handle the pressure, it'd be this one. Yo is the easiest, most laid back guy I know in anime. He can take pressure. Damn, that was a deep ending. But yeah, if like if you look at it, right, Yo is judged so much based on his connection to How. Now look at it as like how not even his family can back him. No one does, except for like the people he's built up. But he's built them up based on either his power, because they've become so like not saying like all of them are just fighting for him because he's powerful, but it's like he's so powerful, which we'll see. He's so powerful, like he transcends everything. Where it's like it kind of seems like, well, yeah, obviously I'm going to fight for this guy. Why would I fight for anyone else? It doesn't make sense, you know. It's basically at that. He's at a high enough level where it's like he's so inevitable, like omnipotent and everything. So it like drives people a little insane into just complete and utter loyalty based on that great of a power. But there's also people that like will fight for him because of his reasoning. And it's like kind of tempting, you know? It's like, yeah, humans have done bad things and they should be eradicated, but as long as you don't eradicate me, then cool. If you want me to be on your side, I'll more than happy to oblige. But it just makes you realize, like, aside from the people that he's convincing with his power or with his just end goal of like rectifying all the mistakes made by humanity. Like he's just very alone. He's a very lonely person. Miki Hisai Typhoon. Miki Hisai Typhoon. That's an interesting title. Sounds like a special move. I don't know of what though, but sure. I mean, if it works, it works. But yeah, I think that's just all I had to say about that. Like when it comes to how's like this was just an info dump of what how it can do. The most interesting part to me was the elements. I didn't know. I think I maybe forgot or something. I've seen the Spirit of Fire in different colors, but I didn't know it's like because of the elements. Also, is the yellow one lightning? Because I thought it was lightning. I don't know if it was lightning or not. Um, but yeah, I thought it was lightning, and he changed it to water, so I'm assuming because it's how. because it's how he can change it into whatever element he deems fit, right? Like he's trying to do it for his sake. But I think part where people may get confused is that it's the spirit of fire that's helping that, or it's him. I think it's just actually directly him because the pentagon itself is the 5 points. He has, because of his 1,000 years, he mastered that technique, and having the spirit of fire, he was able to link, really having any of the other spirits, because there's 5 elements. There's a spirit of fire. There's going to be spirits of the other 4 elements too. That shouldn't be a spoiler. It's just like the next continuation of knowledge there. If you were to just think a little harder about it, you'd be like, well, there's a spirit of fire. If you're explaining there's 5 elements, there must be other spirits of that element. But he chose one of those spirits, the spirit of fire, which was owned by Asakura, the Asakura family. So by having that, the close most closely connected to his powers and capabilities when he has that as his spirit, or one of them as his spirit. So I'd assume how, because he's half, he's at his weakest but also strongest because he's had the most amount of years to gain that power and that potential, but also it was abrupt because Yo existed and was born, so it's split in half. So it's like it depends on how you want to look at it because he has the techniques, the knowledge, and everything. So he's probably the best version of Hal yet, but also the weakest version. Heavy air quotes on that. That's just a theory, I think, because if he had Yo, he would be unstoppable. But without Yo, now it's become like, I don't know. Like, I still think he's strong enough to just destroy everything, but I don't know. Like, having Hal there, having Yo there may have complicated things. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, going through those abilities, and then there was techniques. There was, I think it's the names are the transitioning phases from one element to the other. Those were what the names were. I'm not gonna memorize them unless they're mentioned repeatedly. But yeah, so like for example, Horo's abilities would be based off water, right? And like I don't know, somebody that uses swords a lot, their ability would be based on, or metal a lot, would be based on metal, right? Wood would be based on, I don't know who would get the wood one, but yeah, you get the basic gist of it, right? Is it metal or earth? Wait, they said metal, earth, wood. That's what confused me. So it's like fire, water, earth, and then it's just metal and wood? I think they're based on. I remember when those elements are familiar to me because I remember if you look at the Chinese zodiac, if you look at the Chinese zodiac anytime in your like in your life, and you were like, what zodiac is my like the year I was born? If you look at it, if you like looked at a complicated one and not just a simple like oh the ox, the rooster, and all that stuff, you would see there's actually like it cycles through 4 or 5 different ones, and it's like metal, earth, wood, fire. Like those are the elements there. So I think it has to do with Buddhism, Taoism. I'm not gonna guess because I might get myself in trouble with that. But yeah, that's where the only other time I've had those elements specifically mentioned. Because obviously it's not like the Avatar or it's not like Naruto, where it's like you have fire, earth, water, and air, but then you also like with Naruto they were like lightning too. So it's not those. It's more based on a frame of reference in Asian culture. I don't want to go as far as to say specifically Chinese culture. I think, like I said, I think it has something to do with Buddhism, Taoism. If you guys know in the comments, that'd be cool just to mention it because I think it'd just be interesting for if that is a direct thing there. And yeah, but actually the main thing I want us to talk about in the comments, if you guys want to, is what was the most surprising thing you learned about Hal in this episode? I know a lot of people that usually watch my videos have already seen Shaman King or have read Shaman King, so for that they're kind of just enjoying this perspective because I think I haven't looked at the other reactions. I think I know a decent amount more than most people. I'm not a blind reaction, so I think most of my audience kind of leans toward people that are also not blind reactors as well. So I know for most of us, we kind of know a lot of this stuff. For me, it was still a surprise because like I said, I forget some of this stuff and I don't know how it fully applies. I haven't read the full thing or watched the full thing. So I'm blind to some things, and that was one of those things. I was like, oh, he can switch it. I was like, oh, I knew he like had the techniques and stuff, but I didn't know he had like he could switch the Spirit of Fire into a completely different element. That threw me off entirely. But yeah, I think out of everything that was revealed about How, what was the most surprising to you? And if not just surprising, if you can, what was the most interesting thing about How that maybe do you think How has become more of like I don't think we're there yet. I think it's still too early, but do you think Hal is becoming more of like, okay, now I'm kind of starting to understand, like he's become more grounded for you as a character. Obviously, he's done so much that it makes you think, wow, this guy's really, really strong. And I think grounded is the last thing most of us would be thinking when talking about this character. But it's just like what I mean is, I'm trying to collect my thoughts. Basically, do you think having him more fleshed out like this, do you think it gives you the capacity to, I don't want to use big words, but the ability for you to like sympathize with him a little bit or like be curious about him a little bit? Like, what's the thing you're most curious about when it comes to How right now? If you know nothing, what's the thing you're most curious about? And if you do know something, what was the coolest thing you saw in this episode? Because I'll be honest, the craziest thing from my reaction, the craziest thing was him actually eating the souls. I was like, wait, oh wait, it's because it was basically what like 5 minutes past the first kill. I thought they already moved on. I was like, they already moved on. But he had the souls. I was like, sorry, that's gonna happen. I was like, oh no. So yeah, that hit me a little bit. I have to rewatch the reaction to see how hard it hit me. But yeah, that was I was like, oh, because in my head I was like, oh well, they died. I was like, damn. But I just assumed they were gonna move on. So I didn't really think about it too much because I was like, it's inevitable you're gonna die. But then, yeah, Hal made an extra like he made it very clear. He was like, oh no no no, you guys tried so hard and you pissed me off so much because that's the first time we've seen him that angry. He's like, you guys tried so hard, aka you guys pissed me off so much that I'm gonna actually eat your existence. So now you don't like you're not even gonna experience what's beyond. It's like that's not gonna happen. You're gonna die. You're gonna die again. You're gonna cease existing. That's rough. That's really rough. I also love the X-Law's reaction, mostly Jean's reaction to like learning Hal's true potential and like being like, wow, this sucks. It's like even she was like, damn, this is so unfair. It's like, yeah. But yeah, if you guys like this reaction, make sure to like. If you enjoy the video, subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified when they come out. Subscribing really helps the channel a lot. It helps me keep me a lot more motivated to post the videos because I know I got a bunch of people that are waiting for that stuff to show them in their feed. And the bell is so when I do post those videos, that you guys get them as soon as you can. Because while I am motivated when you guys subscribe, it doesn't help when the videos show up like a week or a few days after I actually post them. So hitting the bell button, that fixes the issue. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I'll see you guys in episode 26, which has something to do with a typhoon. I guess we'll find out when that happens, when it happens. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Peace.